huge drop pass here from Squeezy down to Atlas, who's rocking that brand new Lamborghini. He makes the money. He paid that $20 to play that car, and it's working out for him tonight.
Well, it's supposed to be quote-unquote the Dominus hitbox, although after using it, I kind of disagree, but you know, this is Rocket League.
This is Rocket League. You are not wrong. It's yeah, interesting situation with that Lamborghini. I was a little
It's nice though. I like
hesitant on purchasing it myself, specifically because I mean it's a gorgeous car. Don't get me wrong, absolutely gorgeous car.
limited customization.
That's exactly why. You know, personally, I'm not looking to spend $20 on a customization feature for a car in a video game that I can't fully customize. The main reason, I need my Stego spikes. If I can't get my Stego spikes, I'm not purchasing it.
All right, fair enough.
I'm assuming the Ford Mustang, when that comes out, will allow me to do so, because the Ford F-150 allowed me to customize it fully. And a great shot coming out from Kindred right here.
It's a very good
A
pass
nice
as well
drop.
from the corner. Good
Yeah,
50
great
to get
little
it up
50
over the net.
from Blender. Sweezy just barely missing that touch, and Kindred were able to find the back of the net on that one. Looks like here we got Atlas and Betty coming up for the kickoff. Atlas is going to win that handedly, and Sweezy's going to get a quick shot on that. Blender's easily going to put that over to the corner. Slam that downfield, but Atlas is there for the cutoff. Let's see what Atlas can do here, if anything. I know he doesn't have a lot of boost there. Sweezy's going to take that up, get bumped out of the way by Kinder. Very physical game so far. Be interesting to see if that continues throughout the series. Atlas going to take that off the wall. He's going to try and follow it. And just, what just happened there?
100% calculated fake is what that was. And I'm stuck on Atlas's demo screen. There it goes.
There it goes. Now it changed for me as well. Yeah, Sweezy faked it. Atlas faked the touch, maybe thinking Sweezy was going to take it. And it just, nobody knew who was going to touch that ball. And
we're not FaZe Nation, we're Fake Nation.
I mean, solid comms right there, in all honesty. I mean, it honestly looks like, and a great shot from Sweezy here, before I can even finish my next point. It honestly looks like Provoked Esports is playing with my personal mindset of, if I don't know what I'm doing, the other team sure as hell won't know what I'm doing.
You're not wrong.
Solid kickoff here. Let's see. Atlas misses that cut real quick, and Blender's going to take it off the backboard, leaving it open. Big clear coming out from Sweezy. Betty's going to try and catch this or put it up the wall. Sweezy's going to cut that off, and it's going to be right into Blender's lap, who doesn't have enough boost to get there, but does grab that corner on the rebound. Betty's going to slam that and hopefully make it back to this. Gets a good 50 with Atlas straight onto Kinder's nose, who's going to take this up the right side wall. Sweezy's going to cut that off, and Blender's going to be there for the catch for a quick shot, and Atlas is going to stop that cold right in front of the net. Beautiful defensive stand here by Provoked Esports. And a great offensive push here from... Jesus. ChimpanYEETs. I got to remember that name.
It's hard.
It's hard to forget. Yeah, it's hard. Well, it's hard to forget. Betty slamming that down. Blender's going to be there for the pass. Somebody going to go up and place this in the corner. Like we said last night, or the night before, it's definitely the safest place for the ball to be. There's no way that ball is going in your net if it's in the corner of the field. Atlas going to play this. Betty going to jump for this. Kind of fake it. I'm not sure if that was a misclick. He double tapped the X button by accident or what, but huge clear coming out from Sweezy. Somebody's going to try and read it. Can't get the touch. Atlas is going to be there, try to put it left side of the net, and just barely misses it. Betty's going to take this down the wall. Up the corner. He's got a man center, but he gets a little too much power on that. Kinder's still going to try and drop that mid. But Atlas is going to get a good clear. Send that all the way back down. Nice little save there by Blender as well. And Sweezy with the read off the wall. That is insane.
It's a very nice corner bounce.
Directly off the wall, barely beats out Betty, who's just getting a missed touch there.
Some really good speed.
Yeah, absolutely. Sweezy getting up for that one quick to put that one in the back of the net. 4-1 with just over a minute left. Still, I'm not going to say it's still anybody's game, but, you know, obviously it's looking more like Provoke's going to take this one. But, you know, like I said the other night, first games don't really mean anything. You know, ChimpanYEETs could very well be you know, feeling out Provoked and seeing how they're going to play and seeing their play style, and they could come back even stronger next match.
I
You
think
know,
the
we saw it.
sorry, I think the biggest threat on ChimpanYEETs side of the field is Blender so far for me. The 2.5 G man.
I agree, man. And you know what? Listen, if he were rocking that 5G caliber implant, you know, this may be going a different way. So maybe we give it a month, we get these teams back for another scrim, and we may have a different story on our hands. Blender's going to get a nice little tap there down to Betty, who's going to put that a little wide into the corners. He's going to catch this and take it up wall. Just try and kill some time. Looks like he's going to take it real nice and slow. Get a good 50. He doesn't have a lot of boost, so he's going to have to back off of that one. And that right there is going to do it for game number 1. It looks like the final score, as long as that ball hits the ground and doesn't end up in a net of some sort, is going to look like 4-1. And yeah, Sweezy's just going to let that drop, except Stumbling's just going to say no. I'm looking to get another goal out of this.
Rule 2
Get
of Rocket
more
League,
momentum.
man.
Yeah, absolutely. And it does drop. Cobras are going to take that win 4-1 for the first game of the circuit.
What's up, everybody? Sin, thanks for coming. Vers, do I want to play tomorrow? I mean, yeah, hit me up. Or don't you have school or something? Like when you get out, I guess. I don't know what time that is, but yeah, hit me up. We'll play. I'll stream it. Get some coach action. What's up, Kilo? All I know is that you, me, and Sai have 3-letter names. Yes, that is very true. So a great first match played there by both teams. Cobras coming out with 9 shots, stumbling on the lower end of the scoreboard with 0s across the board. A little unfortunate. He did say earlier when I was talking to them that he's not playing the best today. So they did okay, in my opinion. Points don't always matter, man. Don't focus on that.
Yeah, stumbling in, obviously, 76 points. It's not, you know, a great showing in the first game of the series, but first games don't mean anything. You know, in all reality, first games don't mean much. From game 3 on, that's when it starts to matter, because that means either there's going to be a sweep, or you know, there's going to be a possibility of a reverse sweep, or the teams are really close in the fight. So from
Right.
game 3 on, it's going to be a lot more interesting to see how Stumbling End kind of puts up and you know, shows what he can do for the team.
Had something I was gonna say, but I spaced it when I looked at chat. So
It's all good. Real quick touch there from Blender is going to get that out towards mid. He's going to try and get back to it. Lambo v Lambo. And it looks like Blender's going to win that one. And a quick shot from Betty is going to almost go in. Blender's going to pop that back up mid. A huge opportunity here from... Ooh, very close shot there. Very good save. Blender's going to take this up to the wall. Pop this down. Kinder is not going to be there. It's going to be a little slow, leaving the net a little bit open, but unfortunately there's no boost from Atlas, and Sweezy is awkward. There's no goal, even though that just floats across the goal line. That is a goal that has to go in 100% of the time.
yes, Joker, this is just a scrim against PK ChimpanYEETs. Or ChimpanYEETs, something like that.
ChimpanYEETs, kind of like chimpanzee, I assume, but
Yeah, I hear the play. It's just, you know,
it's a difficult one to say.
it's not a real word, you know?
No, it's absolutely
it
not.
compute.
I mean, listen, some would say chimpanzee is not a real word either.
No. It's really creative. I like it.
No, it absolutely is. You know, it definitely plays on those vibes, those dad joke vibes that I have wholeheartedly become a fan of.
Oh yeah, for sure.
3 years ago since I became a father.
Archive says, in his opinion, the first game plays a big part in the player's mental game. You lose the first game, you don't have momentum, which causes you to play different. Well, it should cause you to play different. Like, if you lost your first match, you should be changing something. But you can't let it affect you negatively. You have to look at it as a learning process.
Absolutely. You see what the other team did. You see what they did better. And, you know, better than you in different situations, and you fix that. If you can fix that, you're golden. You take the wins. And right now, it looks like the ChimpanYEETs have figured something out. I mean, they got
a lot of pressure
game here. 2 minutes left, you know, 2 minutes into the game, and they got the first point on the board. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time they've led this series. So let's see if they can continue it. Their rotation looks pretty crisp right now, and a big demo coming out right on the goal line, but unfortunately Betty can't put that on net. Kinder's there to catch this ball and try and keep it in, and does a pretty good job at it, but doesn't have the boost to follow. So Blender's going to go up for this, and Sweezy's just going to beat him outright. Stumbling puts that on net. Atlas is a little too close, so he's going to get an awkward challenge here. Kinder's just going to come in and just tell him, no, you're just not going to play this ball anymore, and does just that to the goaltender as well, and just puts it in the net.
Kinder said, wait for it, yeet! Like,
we are the ChimpanYEETs for a reason, and I'm just going to yeet this into the back of the net. That was a beautiful self-pass off the corner, a great read as well, considering that was pretty close to that curvature point of the ceiling in the corner. And he read it perfectly, and Sweezy just couldn't do a dang thing about it. So ChimpanYEETs going up by 2 here in game number 2 with 2.5 minutes left. A lot of 2s in this right now. Let's see if maybe Provoked Esports can put 2 up on the board to tie this back up. Keep that streak going with 2. Big demo coming out from Atlas in the midfield. Sweezy's going to catch this, take it up wall, be a little awkward, and actually miss his touch. Atlas going to play that slow, miss the 50 there, and Stumbling's going to have to go up and play that off the back wall. A great little pass from Blender. I have a feeling if Betty was in a better position there, that would have been a crisp shot on net and possibly a goal. You know, rotations kind of failed them there, but, you know, they're definitely getting back into it. And Sweezy's going to take that and flick it, and that's an open net, and Atlas is just going to have to tap that right into the back, making that Lambo look really sexy.
I thought he crossbarred it, bro. I was a little bit
not when you're in a
clinching
Lamborghini, man. When you buy a
Smock says he
Lamborghini,
wants
you
to
don't
get
hit
the Lambo.
crossbar.
It's pretty nice, bro. I bought it. You can't really
It's a good-
customize very much unless you put the decal on it. Then you can change the colors. That's about the only thing. You have 2 choices of wheels, 2 flags.
Very quick shot. Great save by Sweezy, but it's going to be right back in from Betty, and they're just going to return that favor. Just going to say, nah, we're going to go back to a 2-goal lead. Appreciate your attempt, though.
I think the biggest issue right now with Provoked is they're not keeping possession of the ball. There's a lot of just hitting the ball away or hitting it off the sidewall or giving the other team passes. They need to start focusing on maybe getting it to a teammate or to open space more.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. You know, they're not playing the ball close to themselves. They're hitting it downfield. They're getting the big touches when they really just need to get those smaller touches and keep it close. And like right here, Atlas possibly could have done something to hold that ball, but he sends it off the backboard. Luckily, there wasn't a touch, and Sweezy's just going to take a very limp shot towards the net, and it almost goes all the way in, which is really surprising.
Sometimes
Sweezy's going to try and get
shots,
a
man.
nasty. Sometimes it is.
What a
It
save.
absolutely is, and a great shot read from Atlas, but it's saved, and Stumbling just doesn't care. He's just letting ChimpanYEETs know this is going in. You can't say anything to stop this from happening. It's going to happen. Just let it happen. Provoked Esports trying to come back. They have a minute left to score 1 goal to send it to overtime, 2 to take the win in game number 2 in the series. Best of 5, I assume?
This is a best of 7, actually.
Best of 7. Man, I'm
We're
going to
going
need...
for a long one.
I'm going to need some more, as my son calls it, daddy drinks to help lubricate my throat, because we're going to be talking for a long time.
A little bit. A little bit.
Squeezy's going to take this in the corner. He's going to miss his touch, and Betty's going to take that up the wall. Atlas says no, sir, and puts it right back in the corner. A miss from Kinder means Atlas can get a 50.
Sweezy a little too close
A lot of
there.
whiffs coming out
Yeah,
today.
definitely shouldn't have jumped for that one.
No, definitely not. In a situation like that, it's just a waste of boost. Stumbling's just going to put that right in the back of the net. Nobody challenging, nobody in net. He takes full advantage of that and gets a massive shot, 62 miles per hour from midfield directly into the back of the net. Kinder and Squeezy going to go on kickoff. Atlas be there for the follow-up. Gets it into the corner, and he's going to follow. Maybe a fake, maybe a miss. We never know. Not with a rank like this. That's another one of my Rocket League mottos is GCs don't miss. They only ever fake the ball. So we don't really know if that was calculated or not.
100% calculated, all of it.
Blender couldn't quite get to that ball to keep it up in the air and possibly get an opportunity, but Blender's got a really nice follow-up here. Oh, and just a little too high, but Kinder's there.
the
Betty
triple.
also double commits. And Atlas is going to be able to follow this up nice and smooth. Provoked Esports comes back from a deficit to take game number 2. 4-3, 12 seconds into overtime. And very unfortunate from the ChimpanYEETs. Very unfortunate, considering the fact that they had the lead for a majority of that game.
Yeah, they really
And
had the pressure the whole time and just kind of gave it up there at the end.
Sin, this is a best of 7, not a best of 5. So we have at least 2 more games going on. But yeah, you are right. They had pressure the entire game. You know, they had the lead for just about the entire game up until overtime. You know, it's a sad situation to see, but it's something that happens. You know, ChimpanYEETs played very well that game. You can see that out of their stats, and it's something they just have to work with. They have to be able to finish it. And we'll see here in the next game if they can hold true with that and actually take.
Oh, I guess not yet. Maybe one more game.
Not yet. Yeah. If the Cobras take this game, then it's reverse sweep territory. But we have to see. All right, and into game number 3. Clean slate for both teams. A little bit of a double commit coming out from Sweezy and Atlas, leaving Stumbling all by himself in a 3v1 situation, and Betty's going to take full advantage of that.
It's a very well played shot.
I don't even need a teammate. I can do this by myself. Puts it top left corner. Stumbling has no chance of getting to that ball. And it's highly unfortunate that the double commit came out from Cobras, but a great counterattack from ChimpanYEETs. And a quick shot coming out from Betty off a kickoff.
Archive, or I guess Kilo, Spoongy is on this team technically, but he's on vacation right now, so he's not playing.
Atlas not able to get to that save. Even if you're in a Lamborghini, sometimes you are not the fastest car on this field. Atlas going to be able to get this by, but Kinder sends it right back in, leaving Stumbling by himself with Betty on the backboard. That was an extremely close shot, and that would have been insane if Betty was able to drop that one in off of that angle.
Oof.
Atlas there plays it up. Squeezy's going to try and catch. I thought he was going to attempt to catch that for Stumbling to come up and pressure it, like drop pass it for Stumbling, but just couldn't find that touch. A very rough shot from Squeezy. A nice pass off the backboard from Kinder, and Blender's just going to pop that right in after a demo in net. An unfortunate touch from Squeezy.
Yeah, that made that really awkward for Atlas.
Yeah, absolutely. And a great follow-up on that unfortunate touch from Kinder. Able to put that off the backboard away from a goalie, you know, away from a defensive's touch. And then Blender just in the right place at the right time, able to put that in the back.
No luck said, great pass.
Betty popping that off the ceiling. Sweezy and Blender going for a 50 there. Atlas is going to try and flick that over. Stumbling going to challenge that, and Sweezy looks like he's going to try and take possession on the wall here. Misses his touch, and Betty's going to get a free shot on net, and it drops Mr. Bardowski, Betty himself.
Ver's channel points. I'm not sure. Actually, I haven't done a whole lot of looking into that. I think that's an affiliation thing. Am I wrong?
I believe channel points is an affiliation thing, yes. Which we will get eventually.
Yeah, we just need
you know, obviously.
Followers. That's all we need.
Yeah.
Hit that follow button, boys. Let's go.
Yeah, everybody in here, hit that follow button if you haven't already. It'd be a huge, huge help helping out the esports org. Kind of growing back up to where they were with the old Twitch channel. Betty putting a shot on net. Sweezy's going to take that one easily, but Kinder's going to be right here, send it back in. Unfortunate placement from Betty, going to pop that right back downfield. And Atlas is going to try and get that pinch across net. Betty's going to pop that right back across. Sweezy going to cut that off. It's just a back and forth game right now. Atlas is alone back against Betty, who almost gets the perfect 50 to send that into the back of the net. But Atlas was able to get a touch to get it out of there. He's going to do a nice touch there. Betty just says, no, this is staying in your half. And here's how that's going to happen. Kinder's up for a nice shot opportunity. Atlas just sitting in the back of the net waiting for that. Great defensive positioning there by Atlas. Send that away.
I think
He's going to drop
Provoked is
that down.
still
It's going to
kind
be
of
awkward.
stuck in that not really using their teammates, not really trying to keep possession.
You're absolutely right. I mean, it's
These
clear
awkward
as day.
touches like that are what's killing them.
Yeah, and it looks like they're just stuck in the rotation of sending the ball downfield, trying to get a clear to maybe refocus and reposition and get some boost and kind of get back into the swing of things. But every single time they slam it downfield, it's just sent right back in. I mean, case in point right here. They finally get a clear and it's right back into their half. They don't have the time to get their feet set, get some boost in them, you know, get a play going, get some positioning rolling. And it's really all thanks to ChimpanYEETs' fantastic offensive pressure.
Yeah, they're doing really well to keep the ball on their side of the field, on the Provoked side of the field, I should say. Blender is still probably the biggest threat on the team, but I'm starting to lean towards Betty. He's doing work these last 2 games. Look at that pass. Beautiful.
The pass is gorgeous, and the shot was almost as gorgeous as the Lamborghini itself. I mean, the shot coming out here to put that left side past 2 goalies, go up 5-0 with a 1 minute and 18 seconds left in this game. It's, I mean, Sin, you got it correct. This is a bloodbath at this point. I mean, we'll see with Provoked Esports, you know, the Cobras can get some momentum back towards the end of this game. It's not looking likely that they can win game 3, but if they can get some sort of momentum back, score a goal, you know, they have a much better chance of not letting this game have such an effect on them mentally. But they need to come out strong. Awkward positioning, and unfortunately for ChimpanYEETs, it's gonna work.
The comms are there, I guess. What just happened?
You can tell the comms were there because Stumbling was going to go for a touch. Sweezy instantaneously called him off and said, hey, I see Atlas midfield. Let me put this right on his noggin so he can bop this in. And it worked. It was
Question marks, you're right, dude. I was just like, wait, what just happened?
And yeah, solid comms coming out from Slim. Yeah, absolutely. That was the, oh no, and Blender just says,
this is the 3rd game.
You have taken 4.5 minutes to score 1 goal. How about I take 10 seconds and put that right back to a 5-goal deficit? Blender just gives no problem to that.
I don't know. It's ChimpanYEETs are just have really, like, from the first match, it was like what, 5-1, 6-1, or something like that. Provoked one.
Something similar, yeah.
And now they're just going off. I don't know. I mean, you're right. First game really doesn't matter. Maybe they were just taking that as the, okay, let's figure out what these kids can do and what they can't do, and then play around it now.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah.
I'm not sure what rank the ChimpanYEETs are either.
Honestly, I'm not sure myself. But yeah, like you and I both said, you know, the first game doesn't mean much. It could be a bad game for one team, but they're just feeling out their opponents. You know, I know when I personally played in the IGL for Provoked, you know, the whole last circuit, we were known as a second half team.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the comeback team. And that was because, you know, we played terrible in the first game or 2 because we were mainly focusing on how they were going to play and then talking about it in between games, how we were going to fix our play style and adjust our play style to come back and win. And, you know, more often than not, we ended up pulling off the, you know, quote unquote upset victory. So this may be the same kind of style that the ChimpanYEETs are, you know, able to pull off themselves, but we'll just have to see with the rest of this circuit. You know, if the ChimpanYEETs can keep this momentum rolling, and continue to put points on the board and shots on net. I mean, look at their shots total. Look at the difference in shots. One shot coming out from the Cobras.
At least he has 100% accuracy.
100% accuracy. You are not wrong. But Blender also has 100% accuracy, and he put 3 shots on net.
Yeah, that's
So one
a little more
shot
ideal.
versus 15 shots coming out from RK. That's absurd. I don't think the Cobras have been shut down that hard on offense in a very long time. So we'll see what they can do, knowing that, or with them knowing that this is a possibility for them, you know, to have it happen again. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the Cobras can come back and respond with. But that was a very strong showing from RK ChimpanYEETs.
Very. See, the second match was a 1-goal difference in overtime, obviously. So, like, it seems as progressively that the ChimpanYEETs are starting to adapt to the Provoked playstyle, and Provoked now needs to make some changes to theirs to get past. Oh, okay. As I say that, they get a nice shot on net, but does not go in off the crossbar.
Yeah, Sweezy just a little too high on that shot. Atlas is going to get demoed at midfield. Something's going to turn, cut off rotation there. Smart play to keep pressure. But unfortunately, Blender's just going to be able to pop that back downfield. Big demo coming out in net. Blender kills Sweezy, and Blender is going to just turn right again. Pop that up on the corner. Sweezy's going to have all the time in the world to get a nice little flick and a jump. A little demo possibility coming out and stumbling, making stumbling really awkward in net, but he's able to correct himself and get a good little clear. Atlas going to try and play this. It's really awkward for Kinder. A nice pass mid. And Sweezy just barely missing that shot opportunity. That's definitely something you want to have back. Betty taking this up towards the wall. It's going to bounce awkwardly. Sweezy's going to be able to read that easily. Good 50 coming out from Sweezy, and Atlas going to take that off the wall. Go up for it again after getting 100 boost, but Betty's going to drop that down for a big, big bounce. Pass towards mid. A little too hard from Atlas. That Dominus, that quote-unquote Dominus Lamborghini hitbox is a little too strong for that pass.
Sweezy also got bumped away from that shot as well.
Yeah, you are not wrong. A little bit of a double commit there on that aerial, but we'll see what they can do with that. Blender's going to try and get a 50. He does do pretty well getting it all the way across the opposite side of the field. Stumbling has the boost, has the carry potential, but a great stop by Betty to send that away. That was a huge opportunity for Provoked.
Oh,
Atlas
no.
with a shot opportunity, and he just barely whiffs it far
Should have just
right.
waited. He jumped so early for that. He had all the time in the world to wait on the ground for the free open net opportunity.
He absolutely did. You are not wrong. He is thinking about playing this game as fast as humanly possible, and that's not what Provoked need to be doing right now. What they really need to be doing is making RK ChimpanYEETs play their speed, and that is exactly what happened right there. You see how Sweezy slowed this ball down and played it well.
He took the touch to himself and then just banged it over the back. The goalie that was backwards, he knew he could score that, so he took a shot.
Absolutely. And like I just said, Provoked need to make the opponent play Provoke's speed. They can't let the opponent own the speed. Yeah, no, I'm not going to even try. And look at this. They're playing their speed. They're getting their passes, and Atlas hits one home off a fantastic pass from Sweezy. Atlas
nice
recognizes it, sees the open net, just slams that home.
He did a really good job to be boost lane there in the middle, so he could turn either way, whichever way the ball went, because he is closer still to the play than the goalie would be, the third man being stumbling.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. A great fake coming out from Betty and an awkward touch, and that's just going to be put right in from Blender. That's a great play coming out from Arcade. Fantastic read off the backboard there to hit that one.
Yeah, that was a really good shot. Backwards aerial, slam dunking.
Yes, sir.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Sweezy was really awkward off that touch off the backboard. Blender's going to get a nice 50 to keep that in. Kinder's going to get a little bit of a drop pass. Blender's going to keep that in, go up the wall. Doesn't have a lot of boost to do with it here. Does not get a touch on it. And Betty's going to try and pop that over, but Stumbling gets a nice little weird touch to keep it awkward. Atlas going to fall on that, get it underneath one. That is not a bounce that I thought would happen off that portion of the wall. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Really
but
high
that
for the amount of power
bounce
that it had.
Well, the amount of power it had, the place that it hit on the wall. I don't know about you, but from my angle, that was scuffed.
As I said earlier, this is Rocket League.
This is absolutely.
We create our own physics.
Yep. Blender trying to get a nice little pinch pass off the backboard. Doesn't work. Sweezy misses, and Kinder gets a pass across, but Blender is not ready for that. He's going to try and get that back middle. Atlas is going to challenge this and put it across to the opposite wall, where it was about 5 seconds ago. So this ball's bouncing all around. A great touch from Kinder. That was extremely awkward, but unfortunately, no one from RK was in position to put that into the back of the net. Sweezy's going to miss his touch there, and Stumbling's just going to have to jump with 0 boost. Just pops it straight up. Still gets a nice little touch there.
Just to boost
to
twice.
keep it in midfield. Yeah, he absolutely did. You know, we can comment on that all we want, but I mean, listen, even without the boost, he's still got the touch to get it around the defender, which is very impressive. Stumbling trying to get a backwards pass.
Well, that's free. Sweezy. Oh, okay, he did. He played smart. He was last.
He did. He played it very smart. He was third man. He recognized his first 2 players were still upfield, and he did not want to commit to something like that. And that's going to drop, giving Cobras game number 4.
It's now 3-1.
3-1
Cobras
series
in the
lead. This is intense, man. Cobras came out swinging in game 4.
They did. It's kind of strange. Maybe they finally, you know, subconsciously heard us talking about what they needed to do, or maybe they, you know, have brains themselves. I don't know. It's, you know, I would like to think it was
maybe
me.
they have the stream pulled up, and they heard our cries, our cries for them for what they need to do better. You know, it's a possibility, but at the end of the day, they came out and they won game 4. You know, they made the changes they needed to. You know, when it was 0-0 all the way up until about halfway through, and I made the comment about they need to play their speed. They can't let their opponents, you know, control the speed of the game. As soon as I finished that sentence, Sweezy came out and controlled the ball directly in front of the net and flicked it over the goalie. Slow speed, then to quick flick. It was a done deal. As if you can control the speed of the game, 9 times out of 10, you're going to win that game. That's just how it's going to be. So we'll see which team can control the speed in this one and which one's going to be able to come out with this victory in game number 5. This is the last hope for RK. They need to win every game left in this series in order to take home this scrim victory.
They're definitely going to have to turn up the heat a little bit.
And they're definitely looking like they're going to. Kinder coming out with a quick shot on net. A little bit of a double commit there, but Blender is still there. Not a hard shot. Sweezy with an easy save. Atlas going to back pass it to Sweezy, who's going to flick that high. A demo attempt coming out from Kinder. But unfortunately, he's not going to find anybody. Atlas trying to 50 that. Does a pretty good job, but Betty's there for the read. A beautiful tap by Blender, who's just going to pop that back to Kinder. And Blender's going to try and get another touch, but missed that completely. Stumbling trying to take that out. Squeezy's going up for it. Gets a nice little touch. Doesn't have a lot of boost to follow this, but he might not need it because
Fake
this
Nation.
is
Let's get
Whiff Central. Call this the Make a Whiff Foundation and shoot a donation over because there were just way too many during that play.
There was an extreme amount. I think a lot of it was because Sweezy was behind the ball and they were anticipating him making any touch at all. So they were just diving for the 50.
You are correct. They definitely gave Sweezy a lot of respect on that play, when in reality, Sweezy had 10 boost after his first touch and was not able to do anything after that first touch.
They don't know that though. You know, that's why you stick with it. Even if you have 0 boost, you just dribble. Get to 50.
Yep. You stay with the ball. You create pressure on the defense.
What a shot!
Pass coming out, and Atlas is able to put that home. Fantastic pass coming out from
80
Sweezy
miles
here.
per hour. That was a banger. Yeet.
Well, I mean, it's coming off the nose of a Lamborghini. I would hope it would be fast. Man, I can make Lamborghini speed puns all day. And luckily, both teams have at least one of them. Blender with a great 50 to send that up high. Atlas gets a great touch there to stop Kinder from getting any sort of shot on net. But he's going to put that off the backboard again. But something's going to be able to clear that way downfield. And Blender's just going to have to try and control this part of his net. Does a pretty good job on one. Can't beat Atlas, though, and Squeeze is going to take control. Huge demo, though. Blender's going to come back and say, no, I don't care if you beat me on that 50. I'm coming for that ball.
That
nice little
booty.
pop. Benny's going to pop that off the corner. Blender's going to pre-jump. That's a little weird. That's not something we've seen too often from RK so far this series, is the pre-jumps. So maybe they're getting a little comfortable, which is strange to say considering how they're down by 2. And another great shot from Stumbling, just can't find the mark. Squeeze is going to put that one. I thought that was going wide, personally.
I did too.
From my angle, that looked like that was hitting post and bouncing out. But Sweezy finds the angle and finds that Blender is super awkward in net. Kinder believes that Blender can make that save and just doesn't even move to try and help out.
You are correct, Sin. We don't take no prisoners. Hashtag placement. Let's get it.
Hashtag correct. That placement was flawless. A great 50. We got Lambo v. Lambo in that situation. And I don't even know which one to say won that one because it was such an equal 50. Oh, and this is an open net, but oh no. From what I saw there, I think Kinder bumped Blender and stopped his momentum from being able to make that an easy open net goal. That's extremely unfortunate. That is a team bump that took away a goal opportunity. That is something they're going to want back really soon. Oh, that was almost an extremely nutty angle. And a great pass opportunity. Kinder's going to get a shot on net and beats the goalie by putting it where he was, not where he's going to be.
Sweezy did have a lot of momentum going towards the save, expecting a shot for right side. I mean, yeah. he was in a really bad place to even slow down and wait for the shot because he was already up and shooting the ball. So that was just unfortunate, really.
Yeah,
just
it really was. It was a timing issue, and it was a missed touch opportunity from Sweezy as well. Sweezy was on the sidewall there, or not the sidewall, the backboard there, and missed his touch, leading that to be an open pass. Big demo comes out, making it a 2v1 situation, and Kinder does very well to play that. In that situation, still gets the touch and gets the clear. Blender's going to try and take this up the wall. Misses the side boost, has 0, but you see what we were talking about earlier. He still stays with the ball, even with 0 boost. And the reason for that is because he fakes out the defender, making him think that he does have boost.
No way that goes in.
An awkward touch, and Stumbling gets a 50 off the sidewall that goes directly into the net.
No way.
Even though Blender was there, almost pulling off an epic save coming back towards his net, but just barely getting a bad touch. That's insane.
It's looking like Provoked's gonna run away with this game. Got a minute left.
It's looking more and more like that as the bumps come up. Team bump, might I add. Betty gets bumped by Kinder on the sidewall, meaning Betty can't get back into net to make a save here. Very unfortunate. That's the second team bump this game that has cost them either a goal for them or a goal on the other team. Stumbling being really awkward here by having no boost. Gets a bump on goalie, even without the boost. And Atlas is playing a little too close for comfort, being third man there. Luckily, they didn't turn into anything major for RK. Stumbling going to jump for this. Get a nice little tap to corner. Who's going to follow this up? Sweezy's going to try, but Kinder beats him. Oh, no. Ooh, that was a big pass opportunity from Kinder, but he gets a mistouch, and Blender has to back up to try and get a touch on that. Something going to go up, pinch that off the sidewall. A couple of bumps come out off the Off the post.
The whole Provoked squad was up for that ball.
Every single person on Provoked Esports Cobras was in the goaltender's box. And it still didn't lead to a goal. Great defensive stand there by RK, but it does look like this series is going to go to Provoked Esports, coming out strong, taking game number 5 for a 4-1 series victory. Very well played by both teams, but congratulations to Provoked Cobras for coming out for the victory on the series.
Very, very interesting series. I thought that RK was going to come back, man. I really thought they were going to have at least a couple more games in them to make this go to game 7 or something. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, RK absolutely had the skill to do that, to make this go to game 7. You know, a couple of very unfortunate touches and a couple of very unfortunate team bumps led to them, you know, only getting one win in this series. So it's a sad situation to see, but at the end of the day, when these teams get back again together to scrim, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be one that you're gonna want to watch, because I have a feeling RK is gonna be out for blood in that next series.
But I hope they come back. I really do. I hope they get to see a round 2 to this because I feel like that maybe PK, like they started, popping off there for a little bit, and then when Provoked had a chance to adjust, it got ruined. So I think they'll have to just go back, come up with a different game plan. Maybe stop like the first match they played completely differently than they did in the rest of the series combined. So like maybe they need to come out a little stronger in the first series, in the first match, I mean.
That is definitely a possibility and something that definitely should be seen. From what I was seeing in the chat at the end of the game, both teams were talking about, doing this again in the future. So we very well may see, this same scrim happen again. I'm going to talk to the boys and see if we want to get them in for an interview process, hear from the actual team themselves, especially considering game 3 was a loss. I want to hear what their thoughts were and everything like that.
For sure, for sure.
So we'll hit them up and see what they want to do.
Some, get some tunes playing. Not sitting here in silence. Everybody watching. Your dad wants a windbreaker. Do we get a discount? We do not, unfortunately. Streamlabs does not offer a discount until I become an affiliate or partner on Twitch. Or I mean, not Twitch, on Streamlabs. So yeah, if I buy it, I get a 10% discount, but that would mean, you know, think I'd have to look into that. I'll definitely look into that for you if he wants one. Well, he still's getting one, no props. Dude, it's nice. It's pretty nice. And you are
I'm debating it myself.
yeah, you are supporting us by buying any of the merch that is in the store by typing exclamation point merch in the chat. You can go view the store, or you can go down to the panels below and just click on the link there, and it'll take you right to it. We also have our affiliations and sponsors, which are on your screen right now. You can go check those out. We do have discounts for those. Use TE Sports at checkout, and then there's also referral links as well.
All right. And from here, it looks like we are going to jump down to their channel and get an interview going. So why don't we pop down their side and we'll start talking to the team.
Do it.
Leads. I don't know.
What is up, Provoked Esports Cobras? How you guys doing tonight?
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Good.
How you guys feel after that win?
as a team overall, very, very good. The way we bounced back after that loss was very good.
That was actually going to be one of my first questions is, how did you guys manage to bounce back after a loss of that caliber? I mean, if I'm not mistaken, it was what, a 6-1 loss in game 3, and you guys were able to bounce back and just take control of game 4 and therefore close out the series.
I'll let Atlas actually take that one.
Well, after like the first minute and a half, 2 minutes, we were already down 4-0, and we were just playing banger ball with them and just hitting it back down the field, not really taking control. And I kind of noticed that within the first 2 or 3 minutes of the game, and at the point of being down that much with very little left on the clock, uh, kind of just everybody just kind of chilled, let that game go. Uh, we knew it was kind of out of the reach of coming back. And after that game, we kind of just talked about it. It was like, all right, we got to keep control. We got to keep it close. We got to make sure we're passing. First 2 games, we came out and smacked them in the face. They weren't ready for all the passing. They weren't ready for the team plays. They weren't ready for the chemistry. And if we could bring it back to that, I felt like we could take game 3 and 4, and it proved to be right.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like you guys came back with a vengeance, in game 4 after losing so bad in game 3. And one of the things that Cy and I were talking about during game 4, when it was 0-0, and Sweezy, when you got that first goal in game 4, right before you got that, I mentioned how you guys weren't playing your speed. It was still up in the air as to whose speed, either team's speed, you guys were playing at. And as soon as I mentioned, Provoked Esports, if they want to come out with this win, they need to slow this ball down and play their speed. And as soon as I finished that sentence, you caught that ball, got a nice little catch on it, a nice little dribble, and flicked it over the goalie. And it just, I mean, obviously it went right into the back of the net and kind of secured the momentum in game 4 for you guys. What changed your mind not changed your mind per se, but what changed for you to think, oh, instead of slamming this ball off the backboard for a possible pass, maybe I should catch this and maybe get a play out of it? What was your thought process there with that goal, Squeeze?
So basically, what was happening was after we did take that loss, um, we as a team understood that we needed to keep the ball more on the ground and to keep pass plays going. So like instead of banging it off the backboard, which they were prepared for, it just made more sense to kind of keep it on the ground, infield passes. I was honestly, to be frank with you, I don't really remember the goal that you're talking about, but I just know that our game plan after that was to keep the ball on the ground, pass to each other, and not just bang it upfield. If we were going to look for somebody, look for a teammate upfield if you're going to. Other than that, keep the ball on the ground, play our game, pass to each other, and it proved to work.
Yeah, it definitely seemed to work pretty well for you guys, especially with the passing plays. A lot of great passing plays coming out from Stumbling, Sweezy, Atlas there to, close them all out. That Lamborghini hitting bangers into the back of the back of the net. I mean, at one point you had a great pass. I think it was from Stumbling to Atlas, and Atlas just clapped it off his nose directly into the back of the net at 80 miles an hour. I mean, I know you're in a Lamborghini, man, but could you hit that shot any harder?
Well, I mean, me and No Luck have been practicing our goal speed average, and feel like I could have at least reached 100, but still working on it. Still getting used to it.
Okay.
You want
Okay.
you wanted to hold back a little bit. I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah.
I understand. I understand. Yeah,
He
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
want to pop the ball.
Yeah. You
See, the
didn't want to.
aerodynamics weren't like matching that day, so like,
Okay, that makes sense. That's not something I think about all the time, so I appreciate you bringing that up. But no, I get it. I get it. You didn't want to make it seem like it was a pay to win situation, with the
exactly.
Lamborghini. So
See,
yeah, no,
everybody calls me pay to win because I spent $20 on a singular car that you can't
yeah,
change
20
decals
bucks
of,
on a
or
non-customizable
yeah,
customizable vehicle.
yeah, no, I never pay to win. No,
So
never.
my
The
question,
the
sorry.
crack in your voice there proves it.
Go
My
for it.
question for you guys is what was that, game 2? You went to OT? Or was it game 3? Game 2.
Game two.
Game 2 went to
Went to
OT.
OT.
Yeah.
You guys they came back a little bit, tied it up, and you guys went in for a short overtime, thankfully. But as well, what were your thoughts going into that overtime? Were you guys, getting a little uptight, getting a little nervous?
I think I think you hit that spot on. I think for a second there we were slowing down because they were getting more aggressive. I think we just needed to regroup going into that overtime, and then play our game, play our style, and like you said, luckily we got that quick goal and we just move forward.
It was definitely a good momentum shift for you guys because you guys came back after that. Obviously lost game 3 after that overtime. So maybe it did have an effect on you going into overtime against a team that you did, essentially blow out of the water in game 1. Just to have an overtime in game 2, you guys did get the win, but maybe that did kind of shake your guys's mentality a little bit. Uh, you know, my last question for you guys is what was different? What did you guys do differently in game 4 to get the series win versus game 3 when, in all, respect given, you guys got blown out of the water?
I mean, they kind of already answered that question. They basically said they went to the ground game and stuck to passing and not giving the ball away as much.
So
That, and I feel like we, as a team, just started trusting one another more. Like game 1 and 2, we trusted each other. We hit the nutty pass plays. We got by their defense. We broke them down rotationally. We trusted everybody to be where they're supposed to be. And I feel as in game 3, we kind of cramped each other's play style. We kind of not really gave each other as much space as we have been. Try to bang the ball. I feel like we got too comfortable. I feel.
I think it also helped that Stumbling got more comfortable within our rotations. It did seem like he felt a little out of place earlier in the series, and then eventually he got very confident and he was just dusting people. He was dusting everybody he was going, or every ball he was going for, he was winning. And then, just overall as a team, we're like, okay, we're here. Let's do it.
I noticed that as well because right off the bat in the first
Right.
match, Stumbling was sitting at the bottom of the leaderboard. Points don't matter, but he only had like 80 points.
76 points. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
was talking to you guys previous to the series, and he was already saying that he wasn't playing well today. So I definitely noticed that Stumbling progressively got better throughout the series.
And I feel like some of that it all isn't gameplay or play style. It's also the mentality you have going into it. See, coming out of that game 3 deficit that we just kind of got swept the floors with, coming into the next game, Stumbling played a big part of punishing them whenever he was coming up as third man after me and Sweezy would draw people out. He'd punish, and that's what we needed. That was the final blow that we needed on every goal. And I feel like after he started trusting himself and really getting involved in the play, you saw him be more a part of the team than he had in any other game.
For sure.
Yeah, it definitely seemed that way to us. I mean, us up there in the booth, we definitely saw there was a huge change in Stumbling's performance and his play style, from game 1 to game 2 even. And then obviously from there on, it just continued. But yeah, congratulations to you guys. Very well played. Appreciate you guys jumping in here for a short little interview after the match. And I saw in chat, between the two teams, you guys are looking to do this again in the future, and I think that would be a fantastic idea.
For
Both
sure.
teams played very well, and it'll be a very exciting match to watch. So again, congratulations and best of luck to you guys in the IGL. I know you guys are killing it right now. So keep up the good work, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys progress even further and beyond.
Undefeated season. Here we go, boys.
That's the
What I
game
like to
plan.
hear. That's what I like to hear. All right,
Alright.
boys. Have yourself a good night.
You
See
too.
ya.
There you go. There's the little chat between me and their captain just now.
And it looks like that's about going to do it for us as far as the scrim is concerned. I'm not sure if Sai's going to keep the stream running and maybe play some games or something, but that's going to just about do it for me personally. What are your thoughts, Sai?
I think we're gonna go ahead and end the stream. Let's send it from our highest tier team is asking us if we're going to stream their IGL match tonight. So I told him to check with the other team, make sure it's okay. We got to follow all the rules within IGL, of course. So to make sure that we can stream it, but there is a possibility we'll be streaming another match later from the IGL league where our tier 1 team is playing. So we're going to go ahead and probably end the stream here, and I will post this video to YouTube as well. I missed a little bit of the first match, unfortunately, but we'll we'll just pretend that didn't happen. But I'll pull it from the stream VOD and I'll add it in there. But you know, we will probably be back later. I hope that the other team will allow us to stream later so we can give you guys that little bit of content as well. But I thank everyone for coming out for this stream and for supporting Cobras. And they thank you as well. I already know they love the support.
Yeah, you hit that nail right on the head, man. We support our teams. We support any team out there playing competitively, in all honesty. You know, obviously we support our home team because they are our organization. But at the end of the day, anybody playing this game competitively, anybody that has a good mindset about this game, you know, is not going to be overly toxic in chat or anything like that. Anybody that likes to come out, play competitively, and have fun, we absolutely support you guys. So at the end of the day, thank you everybody who played in this series. And we're looking forward to possibly casting another one tonight, and in the future casting these same two teams going back at it again, trying to change up that 4-1 series win. I'd love to see RK come back in here and possibly put some work on Cobras. We'll have to find out in the future though.
That could definitely be something that would be really interesting.
But for now, I think we're gonna call it there. So thank everybody for coming out, and like I said, stay tuned because we may have another game coming up here shortly. But until then, y'all have a good night.